Hi friends. So in today's video, I'm going to explain to you how the ACCA professional body conducts its exams. Now, I think the ACCA exams are very interesting exams because all the papers of the ACCA are online. Okay, you don't really have to focus on your handwriting and your presentation and all of that. The entire focus online is how well you've understood the concepts, how well you can apply the concepts to the questions, and how well you can articulate them, right? So that's the beauty of an online exam. Now, let me explain to you how the 13 papers are spread out, okay? Now, the first 4 papers of the ACCA, which is the 3 papers of the knowledge level, and the 4th paper, which is the law paper in the skills level, all right? So, 4 papers are on-demand exams. Now, what do you mean by on-demand? On-demand means you can demand to write the exam whenever you're ready. Yes, all you need to do is you need to book your exam in the closest CBE center. CBE is computer-based exam center. So the ACCA has a list of licensed computer-based exam centers in every city in India, at least the major cities. So you will be able to check the nearest CBE on the web and book your exam. So for example, Synthesis Learning, we are a CBE. You can come and you can do the exam in the computer-based exam center. Right? Now, these 4 papers are 100 marks each. Like I said, it's completely online. It's a 2-hour paper and you need to score a minimum of 50 marks, right? You'll also be amazed to know that each person's paper obviously is different from the other, right? No two people will ever have the same paper. There is no negative marking and the results are available on the spot. As soon as you finish the exam and you click you're done, immediately the result is printed and you have the results there, right? Now, all the questions in these 4 papers are OTQs, objective test questions. It's basically like a multiple choice exam with a variety of objective questions. You don't have to write an answer or solve a question or present an answer. That's not the intent in these 4 papers because all the questions, like I said, are objective in nature. Right? Now, as soon as you move on to the 5th paper onwards, right? Now I'm going to tell you what happens after the 5th paper, which is majorly in the skills and the professional level. So first, let me talk about the skills level. Well, now the exams are no more on demand. Okay? They happen 4 times a year. Which are the 4 times? March, June, September, and December. These 4 quarters. And the exam typically begins on the first Monday of that particular month, right? So the first Monday of March, June, September, and December. Usually that's the way the timetable is spread over a week's time, right? Now, you can appear for whichever session you are ready and comfortable. Now, this doesn't happen in a CBE. This happens in the centers that the ACCA will allot to you. So, as soon as you book your exam with the ACCA professional body, you choose a center, the options that they give you, and you're allotted a center that you need to go and appear the exams in, right? So, these don't happen in the CBE, they happen at the centers that the ACCA will allot you. Now, these exams are once again 100 marks. You need to score a minimum of 50. Now, these span over 3 hours. Okay? And because now the papers are a combination of objective test questions, which is like your multiple choice type of questions, and structured answers. Means there will be a part of the paper where you actually need to solve a sum. Okay, yes, there will be an Excel sheet that will be made available in the exam software and you need to actually solve the sum. Or there will be a Word document that will come in the exam software and you need to actually type out an answer. Exactly the way you would handle a situation at the workplace. So they're really trying to prepare you for the work environment, yeah? So that's how beautifully you do the 3-hour paper. And once you score above 50 marks, you obviously pass the exam. The results of this obviously cannot be on the spot because it needs to be assessed. So results typically arrive in a span of about 5 to 6 weeks, right? Moving on to the last level, the professional level. Well, in the professional level, it's very similar to skills level, which means exams happen 4 times a year, same March, June, September, and December. In terms of the time duration, the 10th paper, which is Strategic Business Leader, SPL, that's a 4-hour paper because it's a lot of case study based paper that you need, to sort of crack, and it needs that kind of time. The other papers of the professional level, which is the SBR, Strategic Business Reporting, that's the 12th paper, and the 13th and the 11th paper, and the 12th and the 13th paper, which is the optional papers. Those are 3 hours. Okay, so only the SBL paper is 4 hours. The remaining papers are 3 hours. Once again, 100 marks, you need to score a minimum of 50. Now, these papers are completely structured. There is no objective, okay, which means you will have Word documents and Excel sheets throughout the exam that you need to constantly put your answers in. All the papers of the ACCA are majorly case study based. There is a lot of application. The focus is not on the memory and the rote learning. It's more on how well you understand concepts and how well you apply the concepts of the exam, right? So that's why I think it's such a modern day, such a contemporary, such a 21st century sort of an exam. And once you finish these 13 exams, you've really got the skills that you can take back to your workplace. One last thing, a lot of students often ask me, and I'll solve that doubt as well, that because exams happen 4 times around a year, how many papers can you really appear for? So let me tell you, at a minimum, every student at least tries to appear for 1 exam a quarter. You should at least aim to at least do 1 exam a quarter, so you can at least complete 4 exams in a year. That's the minimum that you should aim at. Only then you can complete the qualification fast. But as per the regulations of the ACCA, you can appear for even multiple papers in a quarter. You can go as high as 4 papers in one session. So for example, if you look at a March exam, or you look at a June exam, or a September or a December exam, you can go as high as 4 papers in a session and a maximum of 8 papers in a year. Now, I know that's like a huge number, 4 exams a session, 8 exams a year. But that's the maximum you can get to, right? So depending on your level of preparation, you should at least aim at 1 exam a quarter. If you're fairly well prepared, you could even aim at 2 or more. But you can maximum do 4 exams in a session and 8 exams in the year, right? So I hope that this information is useful for you and it motivates you to study hard and crack these online exams. Thank you.